Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by again today. I appreciate you all for always coming back to watch my video. To my old subscribers, you guys rock, and to my new subscribers, welcome to my channel. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, share it out to your family, your friends, and if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please remember to subscribe to the channel and put your notification to all so that you will be among the first to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Compliments of the season to you guys. In today's video, I want to show you how I prepare my tomato before using it to cook stew. You can call it tomato paste if you want, and I will not be taking out the seed, but you can take out the seed if you don't like seeing the seed in your tomatoes. But after cooking the stew, you will not even see the seed in your stew. That's why I don't bother taking out the seed. So right now, I'll be blending it without adding water. So I will take out the cover of the small cover on the lid of the blender so that I can put something there to push down the tomatoes. I'll be using my wooden spoon to push down the tomatoes so that it will blend without spoiling my blender. Remember that I did not add water in it, so you don't need to add water in yours, but if you want to add water to enable it to quicken the blending process, you can go ahead and add water. After all, you still sieve out all the water. So I just go ahead and blend it till it is very smooth. Then I will pour it inside my sieve. You can use any sieve of your choice provided it doesn't have big mouth or big opening. So I will start pouring it inside the sieve, but before pouring it inside the sieve, make sure you put a bowl under the sieve. Don't just pour it in your sieve like that, because the first thing that will come out will be your tomato. Only water will not come out the first time. Your tomato must follow it for the first time, but just give it like 1 second. The tomato will stop flowing out. As you can see, my tomato is out. Remember, we don't want to waste any tomato here. I don't like wasting any food in my kitchen. So what I'll be doing now is to bring in another bowl, and I will put my sieve inside the bowl so that I can transfer back the tomato into the sieve. So I will continue blending my tomato till I finish blending all the tomatoes, and I will be using like 2 sieves because the tomato I'm blending is much. This method saves you a lot of time and energy. If you are using gas, it also saves you some gas or your kerosene, because you don't need to cook the tomato for a long time for all the water to disappear before using it to cook your stew. You just have to cook it for like maybe 10 to 15 minutes. Then you can start adding your ingredients. See here, the water is already dripping, and it's the only water that is coming out. No tomato is coming out with it. Whenever I want to cook my stew, I prepare my tomato in the evening so that before morning the water must have finished dripping, so I can use my tomato paste and prepare my stew. So I have 2 sieves here already, and the tomato is not all of them did not enter, so I will just leave it to drip. As it's dripping, the level of the tomato will be going down, so I can be pouring more on top of it. Because I'm doing this in the evening, I will just be checking it. When the water comes up to the level of the tomato, I will take out the water and I will allow it to continue dripping. Even when I wake up at night to ease myself, I will also take out the water. Let me come a bit closer for you to see the water that has already come out of the tomato. You see, it's pure water, guys. So with this method, you don't have to cook your stew for 2 hours, 3 hours, turning it all the time just for you to make sure that the water dries out before cooking your stew. If you don't want to use this method, you can as well pour it inside your bag, your rice bag, and tie it so that the water will be able to drip out. And after the water has finished dripping, you will have your tomato paste as well. If you're making this for the commercial use, it's a must that you have to take out the seed. You can see that the seed has already started showing because I did not take it out. But after cooking the stew, you will not see the seed again. At this stage, I think I already love the consistency. But if you want, you can still leave it to drip out all the water. The water is not yet gone out, but I think I will be using it like this. And look here, the water is still dripping, but the consistency is okay for me. So if you want to store it, if you don't want to make use of it now, you can store it in an airtight container. If you want to make use of it now, you can also make use of it, or you can even store it in your fridge or your freezer. So here is my airtight container. It's very neat. I've already washed and sterilized it. So I will just be adding some tomato paste into it, as you can see me doing. Make sure it's a bottle. Don't use plastic container to store this. Make sure you are using a glass container or glass jar to store your tomato. And after adding it like so, I will just add a little bit of vegetable oil on top of it. You can make use of any vegetable oil of your choice, but for me, I'm making use of olive oil. Though the olive oil will give it a little bit of another taste, but it's okay. And this one, I'll be transferring it into a container because I'll be cooking this stew in the evening. And here comes the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Bye, and see you in my next one. Subscribe.